Hey guys, doing something a little different here. What I have right here is a 6502 Fluke pod kit that I bought. I think I paid $100 for it, and it comes with a bunch of stuff. It comes with this board. It's got a couple programmed chips, a couple other chips, some of the connector stuff, cable. Um, Header pins, I believe. Yeah, it comes with some stuff, and then you have to go out and you have to source some stuff. And I think I spent maybe another $100 on it on parts. So it's pretty cool. I got for $200 if this thing works the way it should. Have a 6502 pod. Let's see. I've already got these are the protection modules that go right here in these 5 spots. It's 26 pin. So I've got 28 pin sockets here, which I've removed the last set of pins to make it 26. So those 5 sockets right there are going to be my protection module sockets. And then everything in this bag, I guess I'll go through it. Let me put these sockets where they go. These are extras. I don't need them. So let's put these right up here. Those sockets go there. You kind of move these ones out of the way. Let's see what we got. Came with this cable, computer cable, to hook it up to the main frame. And I had to, these are some of just the parts that I had to source. Here's a socket for the 24 pin at mega or whatever it is. Come with this hookup cable, UUT cable, I guess you would say. Kind of nice. I mean, this is heavy duty right here. It's got machine pin headers on it. I don't know if that's kind of strange. I can tear the hell up out of a socket on a board. Huh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I bought a ton of little jumper things. I think it was like $5 for like 500 of these things. Something stupid. Just some more parts that I had to source. We got crystal. Something. You see, it's just a bag full of parts. Just a bag full of parts. And they're all pretty cheap. Pretty cheap parts, you know. Some of the stuff might not be so cheap, but not bad. Everything in this bag goes to this project. Nope, not everything. I bought some tip 31s. I bought a few things for my, for stock. Then here's the connectors. Here's a little bag that came with it, with the kit. It's like little connectors, some programmed chips. These are the you gotta build the 5 protection modules. So I got the 5 circuit boards there for building that. Connector kit, all that kind of stuff. Some more sockets. I think those are for my just regular old my stock. I don't think those go to this. And more stuff and more stuff. Just all kinds of stuff. I got some ZIF sockets. 0 insertion force. Bought 2 of those, and those were dirt cheap. It was like $5, $6 or something like that for these 2. So, yeah. So that's everything involved, pretty much. I think there's, it's empty. So we're going to get to it and go through and put this thing together. Okay, as you can see, I'm making progress. It's looking good. I have all of the, I don't know if it's all of the sockets that I'm going to put in it. I might socket some other stuff, but I got all of these header pins. There's header pins all over this board. So I got all the header pins in. All of these. I did put this socket in. That's for that 74S140 chip, which came in the kit because it's kind of a weird part. The rest of it's all basic stuff, basically. But yeah, coming along. I guess I think I'll put that ZIF socket in last because it's the biggest thing. I think that's the last thing I'll put in. Yeah. Okay. I will continue. Okay, I got a couple more things in. I got this connector in. And I got this connector in. And I popped this 74S140 in there. Alright, I think the next thing I'll do is put all of the standard LS stuff in the board. Alright, I got progress report. I've basically got this bottom part of this pod kit built. But amazingly enough, I ran out of 1K resistors. I have a 1K resistor that goes right there and a 1K resistor that goes right there. So I'm gonna dig around and see if I can't come up with a couple 1K resistors here. But I've got all of my jumpers are in place. For 6502, I have a 6502B in the thing right now. I still have to build the protection circuits, the 5 protection modules. I got to build those yet, but looking pretty good. 2 resistors is all that remains for this, and I probably got those kicking around here somewhere. I just have to find them. I got 1.2K resistors. I should probably just put a couple 1.2s. I'm sure that'll be fine. If I can't find 1K resistors, that's what I'll do. Yeah, so sweet. I'm gonna get cracking on building these protection circuits, and then we're gonna test this thing out. Okay, this main board is complete. I did find another 1K resistor. I found another one. And then this was supposed to be a 1K, but I put a 1.2K in there. It should be fine. This is complete now. Now I'm going to do the 5 protection modules. I've gone and I've cleaned the back side of the board of all flux. As you can see, it's nice and beautiful. Yeah, so all I need is those 5 guys right there. Okay, I've started on the protection modules. I just got headers soldered into it for the legs. I got all 5 to that point. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to solder the little diodes. There's 8 little 6-pin diodes. They're itty bitty. I'm going to solder those on next. Well guys, I tell you, this is like micro surgery. It's crazy. It's a little itty bitty board with these little itty bitty diodes, 6-pin diodes. It's like micro electronics surface mount. This one right here, I'm going to have to probably touch that up. It looks like it might be a short. So I'll just take my iron and kind of wipe it down. It's hard to tell. But yeah, I got to do this 5 more times. Alrighty, I just finished my second one that I did, and I had a lot easier time doing this one because I realized I needed a few things. I went out and I bought some tweezers to hold those little parts. I was out of flux, so I went and bought me a bottle of No Clean Flux from the electronics parts place. And I can't read these chips to find pin 1, so I'm using my diode tester to find pin 1. But these look a lot better than the first one that I did, if I can get on it. Really clean. Those are some little parts. I also use this thing to hold the board. I put the board down in there so it doesn't move around on me. And I went and I filled my alcohol bottle for cleaning. Got my little acid brush here to clean. So it's a better setup and it's working a lot better for me. So, all right, 3 more to go. All right, guys, I kind of skipped ahead. And I have it, all my protection modules are built, but I am going to have to, oops, Jesus. I'm going to have to complete this one. As you can see, it's missing one of the diodes. I lost one of the diodes on the floor. And this one, that one smoked. I think I put it on backwards. So I'm going to replace that one and this one. But it's working. You can see right here, I've got it hooked up to a millipede. It's right there's millipede. And I'm just going to repeat this test. The first ROM, the signature is FA90. You can see it works. Yeah, how about that? I'll go ahead and hit run UUT. Run UUT at 0. Enter. And you can see it's running, but it's flaky, and it reset. And that's those protection modules, I believe. I think. Because this one absolutely smoked. And then this one's missing. So I'm going to go through, and I couldn't even do a bus test. It wouldn't even pass a bus test, and I swapped this one with this one. I just swapped the spots, and then it passed the bus test and passed the ROM test and all that. So yep, I'm going to just finish this one and fix that one. And hopefully I'll have myself a good 6502 pod. Really cool. Okay. I'm going to look up the RAM regions on this, and I'm going to test the RAM. Hey guys, check this out. This new 6502 pod has already paid off for me. Well, I don't know about paid off, but it's helped out right here. I have a bad ROM in this board. This was giving me just random signatures. It was never the same. I pulled a 2532 out of a Donkey Kong. And its signature is 7C42. I just popped it in there to make sure the circuitry is working right, and I get the same thing over and over. And I do. I'll hit it again. This is testing that Donkey Kong ROM. And it's good. So that was probably why this thing was resetting. So I'm going to have to burn a new ROM. And this one is just a bad internal ROM because it was giving me different signatures over and over and over again, which means it's just internally no good. So I'll fold the legs over on that one. Cool. I am excited about this. Stoked. This is awesome. All right, I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to look up RAM regions for this board, and we'll test RAM.